Hi guys, welcome again. Passion for real estate. I'm your host, Cris Del Cid, alongside with
Nestor Gauthier. We're licensed real estate agents with Realty Concepts Group. We serve in Virginia, Maryland, and the District of Columbia.
Happy to be here with you guys this week for our third episode of the show. Today we're going to be talking about home inspections. Give you a couple pointers, and also we're going to give you the run through about your home inspection. Our first point we're going to come to is inspections are optional.
Very important, because you want to understand that that's a negotiable part of the contract. So the seller is not obligated, nor the buyer is obligated. However, it is highly recommended. You as a buyer, especially right now we're talking to the buyers, buyer wants to do the home inspection. They want to know what are the good things and the bad things of the property, and you want to make sure that you understand this term, because you don't want to be misled into thinking that it is an obligation of the contract. It is highly suggested, but it is optional.
That's right. That's a good point you brought up with the home inspection. It could also give you a good vantage point into negotiating maybe better terms for your purchase of your property. Our second point of home inspection is the buyer is responsible for the home inspection.
And what it is that we're trying to information we're trying to give to you guys is that the price, right? So what you pay is the buyer pays the home inspector, right? So you want to make sure that you hire the home inspector. You want to make sure that you pay the home inspector, because the home inspector is looking for your benefit. So you don't want a home inspector that is looking for the seller's benefit. So you want to make sure that the home inspector is looking for every single little detail on the property and give you all of the information on that property before you actually buy the property. You want to get all of that information as much as possible and examine all of the terms, which bring us to the next point that we're trying to talk about today.
That's right. That was a good point you brought up, that the home inspector, the home inspection is the buyer's responsibility, and the home inspector should be working for your best interest as the buyer. And as Nestor said, our next point is the home inspector should be certified. There's different ways to find out, and
so there are different ways to find out. You could ask your real estate agent, whoever you're working with, to suggest who's a good home inspector, or you can do it yourself, and we're gonna show you how you can find it yourself.
Definitely. Also, what you should expect is our next point. What you should expect the home inspection to cover. I have a few bullet points here for you guys of just some major components of the property that you're buying that a home inspection should cover, and this is kind of standard. But again, it's not limited just to this. There should be a whole lot of other things that will be included in your home inspection. These are just the major items. First one being the structure of the home, the exterior of the home, which includes sidewalks, driveways, steps, windows, roofing. Your home inspector will give you a good idea of the roofing, maybe its age, and what type of materials are used. Plumbing, electrical, heating and air conditioning, the interior of the home, ventilation and insulation, and fireplaces. Very, very important not to leave out fireplaces. And like I said, this is not limited to other things that will be inspected and that will be noticed. And you should also know that the home inspection is just a visual inspection. So whatever the home inspector can see and touch is what's going to be noted in his report. And coming to report, I think you might have a copy of it.
We have a report, so we want to show you guys what a report looks like. After the inspection is completed, the home inspector is going to give you this report. This is a sample report, okay? It's going to have the property address, it's going to have the actual front picture of the property, and a table of content, which is going to include all of the items that were inspected on the property. And here you can go to each of the items and read it yourself after the actual home inspection. And it's going to give you a lot of details. Let's go to the structural components of this home inspection. So you have you're going to have pictures, you're going to have some statements from the home inspector, and this is going to give you a visual idea of what's going on with the property. Sometimes it even has videos on it. You see here it has some videos. So, if the home inspector want to give you a little bit more details on what is it that the home inspector covers and how is it working, so is it going to have a little bit of video of what's going on with the property. So this is how the report looks like, and you want to have a copy of it and maintain it in your records, not only throughout the transaction but after you buy the property. And then how do you find the home inspector?
That's a good question. I think most buyers, I would say, in my experience at least, will go with a home inspector that their realtor is already comfortable using, who they have experience in a working relationship with, which doesn't necessarily mean that they're affiliated in any way. It's just that they know how they work and they'll recommend you a home inspector. But there is also another way you can find out.
There is a way you can find out, and this is what we were telling you in the beginning of the show. So go to the website homeinspectors.org, which is the American Society of Home Inspectors. So here you can find a home inspector yourself. Go to menu, buyers and sellers, and go to find a home inspector. So you can find home inspector by zip code. Scroll down and put your zip code there. We're going to put our office zip code right there. And it's going to show us, I think it even shows us a map with the list of the different home inspectors right there. Look at that, guys. So you can do this yourself, and right here you have the name, the company, the inspector's detail, and the phone number. So you can pick whoever you want to work with. You can interview them, you can call them and ask the different prices. You want to get informed of what they will offer for their services, right? So this is what we bring for you guys this episode. I hope you guys liked it.
Thank you guys so much. I think that it's very important to note here that the information we brought was from ASHI, the American Society of Home Inspectors, and that's, I believe, one of the boards that certifies the inspectors.
Correct.
And necessarily the inspector doesn't have to be certified and licensed, but all home inspectors will be licensed. In conclusion, you'll find that all the information we brought to you guys today is going to be here online, and you can find it on there. So we're going to come to you guys next week with another episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a third episode. We hope to keep this going, and please like us on Facebook. Check us out on all social media platforms. Retweet us, all that good stuff. We expect to hear your feedback. Tell us any topics you want to hear from. This is Cris Del Cid and
Nestor Gotay. I'll see you next time.
Until next time, guys.